Although Georgie and Mandy's first marriage ostensibly names its lead characters right in the show's title, young Sheldon's spinoff has gradually revealed its true hero throughout Season 1. Georgie and Mandy's fate in young Sheldon's finale was somewhat surprising for fans of The Big Bang Theory. The couple were happily married and co-parenting their young daughter when the spinoff ended, but viewers know that they don't stay that way. When Georgie's older self was introduced in The Big Bang Theory Season 11, Episode 23, The Sibling Realignment, he referred to an ex-wife. This is what justifies the title of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, a spin-off that fills in the blanks between young Sheldon's ending and Georgie's role in The Big Bang Theory. Eventually, the titular couple is destined to inevitably break up, so the next step is working out why this separation happened and whether it will be permanent. Despite this setup, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage has not focused on its eponymous couple alone. Indeed, an unlikely supporting character has proven the show's breakout star thanks to his quirky charms. Connor's first marriage Season 1 personality shift made him an unlikely hero. Mandy's brother went from a Sheldon clone to his own original character. Now that Georgie and Mandy's first marriage Season 1 is reaching its finale, it is fair to say that Mandy's younger brother Connor is the show's unexpected MVP. Mandy's oddball brother has quietly stolen the spotlight with his unexpected depth and growth, slowly evolving from straightforward comic relief to an emotional anchor. Mandy and Connor's relationship in First Marriage goes a long way to humanizing Emily Osment's mean, often opportunistic character, but Connor doesn't just exist to give Mandy moments of redemption. When he was introduced in the pilot episode, recast as Australian actor Dougie Baldwin, Connor was an absurd figure. Scenes like Mandy worrying about her brother at the end of Episode 15, Goddess of the Music Store, effectively remind fans that Osment's character means well beneath her money-hungry antics and frequent fights. However, it is Connor's own character arc that elevates First Marriage Season 1. When he was introduced in the pilot episode, recast as Australian actor Dougie Baldwin, Connor was an absurd figure. From his weird attempts at making music to his bizarre non-sequiturs, Connor seemed like a more artistically inclined version of Sheldon, complete with the same lack of social graces. Despite this, Baldwin, who replaced young Sheldon's Joe Apollonio in the role, gradually unearthed the humanity beneath Connor's wacky comments. In Episode 7, An Old Mustang, Connor confides in Georgie about feeling like a failure when he talks to his father. Connor's relationship with Georgie shaped his first marriage arc. Season 1 made both characters more sympathetic toward each other. Soon after Georgie and Connor bonded in Old Mustang, Connor ended up caring for a sick Georgie in Episode 12, Typhoid Georgie. Thanks to George Sr.'s unexpected young Sheldon comeback, Connor's role in this episode was largely overshadowed. However, the subplot proved that Connor is a more outwardly caring character than Sheldon, and he puts a lot of stock in the happiness of his family. Where Audrey and even Jim often antagonized Georgie, Connor welcomed him into the McAllister family with open arms. Bizarrely, Connor is frequently the most mature member of the McAllister clan thanks to his lack of hang-ups. Audrey has odd ideas about Georgie's lack of refinement and holds him responsible for what she views as Mandy's wasted potential. Jim tries to embrace Georgie, but finds his innovative ideas for the tire store too radical and threatening. Meanwhile, Mandy herself often fights with Georgie over minor issues thanks to her pride and her love of money. In contrast, Connor is an unequivocally welcoming presence. Connor's character arc improves First Marriage's biggest Season 1 problem. The young Sheldon spinoff has no shortage of conflict. This makes Connor a pretty pivotal character in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 1 as, even more so than the almost saintly Georgie, Mandy's brother is the least antagonistic character in the sitcom. Between the Coopers and the McAllisters, Connor is the character least likely to constantly be fighting everyone else in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. This might not sound like a good thing, since conflict is the essence of both comedy and drama. However, it's a very valuable attribute in this specific series. As Meemaw's First Marriage episode 19 story proves, the spinoff isn't short of characters who are willing to fly off the handle at any provocation. Audrey almost called the police on Meemaw. Meemaw threatened Jim, Mandy, and Jim fought over his gambling debt. Georgie and Mandy fought over Mandy working for Meemaw, and Mary's involvement was minimized precisely because Georgie's high-strung mother would only make things worse. This proves just how important a laid-back character like Connor is in the show's lineup. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage's big breakup means the show will never be short of fights. But Connor's presence means it also has plenty of lighthearted subplots to keep things fun. Connor's relative stability provides Georgie and Mandy's first marriage with a character who is purely fun while still having some emotional depth thanks to his issues with his family and his self-esteem. This makes him less like his obvious inspiration, Sheldon, who is much more abrasive and prone to causing conflict, albeit often unintentionally. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage's big breakup means the show will never be short of fights, but Connor's presence means it also has plenty of lighthearted subplots to keep things fun. Connor's arc sets up big things for First Marriage Season 2. Connor's romance and career aspirations make the spin-off's second season. Fortunately, Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 1 sets Connor up for an even bigger role in Season 2 thanks to his glow-up. When Season 1 of the spin-off began, Connor struggled to gain the respect of his parents, had no career, and had no romantic prospects. Now, his parents have recognized his genuine musical talent. He has an ally in the family in the form of the always loyal Georgie. His romantic relationship is promising, and even his music is starting to sound better to even skeptical listeners. Connor is a fun character to follow, and, thanks to Baldwin's offbeat charm, he has become the unlikely standout from Season 1. While Dale and Meemaw's toxic first marriage romance proves the show still has no shortage of fights, Season 2 can make Connor an even bigger character and inject some more levity into proceedings in the process. Connor is a fun character to follow, and, thanks to Baldwin's offbeat charm, he has become the unlikely standout from Season 1. All Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 2 has to do now is keep the young Sheldon spinoff's best new star in the mix as the show gradually edges ever closer to uncovering the real reason behind its central couple's tragic breakup. Thanks for watching.